Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk, back with another project for you. Only this time it's a storage project, which isn't what I normally do. As you know, I sell MDF storage for all my ink pads and things, but what I didn't have is something suitable for storing my ink spots in a convenient way that meant I could pick them up and go when I was out and about, because I found that I just kept dropping them all the time. So I've come up with this box here that holds six ink spots and another one that holds 4 ink spots. And the reason I went for the 6 ink spots is because not only is that a useful number if you've got 4 in a colour range, you perhaps want a black and a grey as well, but also because actually it comes in at around about the same size as a Stampin' Up! Ink pad. It is a little bit narrower, but depth-wise you can see there it's around about the same, and this meant that actually it will fit in my ink pad storage unit that I've got for the old ink pads. So I'm going to make the 6-spot pad today, 6-pad box today, and I've used this lovely Painted Love DSP, and the reason is it's a really heavy duty card rather than DSP. You could use card and stamp all over it, but I just wanted something really pretty but that was going to be useful at the same time. So to start off with, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 8 by 5 5/8 inches, which you can see I've got here, and you're going to score the short edge at 3/4 of an inch on either side. So just line it up at the right hand side there and score, and then on the long edge you're going to score at 1/2 an inch on the right hand side here, 1 7/8, 2 5/8, that's just over 2.5 inches, 5 3/8, so that's all the way along here, 5 3/8, 6 1/8, so just over the 6 inches, and then it's 7.5. So that is all your scoring done. Pop your trimmer to one side. Next you're going to need your bone folder. So just reinforce those creases. They're possibly not as easy to see on this foiled DSP, but they will, if you're gentle with it, they will just appear like so. And then the 2 side creases. So there's your piece of card. Now you're going to need your paper snips, and we're going to cut straight up on all of these tabs to start off with. And you're going to cut away but straight the 4 corners. So again on the other side we'll cut straight up. As I say, I did wonder about doing it. I was going to perhaps do it in card with some stamping. Then I thought, you know what? I want a quick and easy box that's ready to go. And I also want to keep this lovely designer series paper that'll soon be retiring, where I can appreciate it. So we've cut up all of those tabs, and you've got a long section in the middle, and either side you've got a little short tab. So there's your long section, and there are 2 short tabs. So notch out the short tabs, so that means just cut a little bit away like so. I perhaps cut a little bit much on that one, and do the same the other side. Okay. Then on these long tabs here, just cut about 1/4 inch on either side. And that's because those are going to be your flaps that tuck in, and if they're full length, that means they might foul slightly, so just cut those away like so. So you'll have a piece that looks like this. Next we're going to use our corner rounder. Whatever corner rounder you happen to have, just round the corners on the end flap, on these 2 side flaps, on both ends, And you'll see here what I'm doing is I'm kind of folding in those pieces before I bring in, and that just means I can get in to round that flap. And it looks like I'm doing this quite a haphazard way. It's probably not particularly helpful, but it just makes it. I mean, you don't have to corner round, but I just find it helps the flaps tuck in, and it just finishes it off nicely as well. So last two corners. So now your piece should look like this. So you've got rounded flaps on both ends, and you've got little flaps in the middle here with a straight cut section as well. Now we're going to add some red sticky tape, and then we're going to do some punching with our 3/4 inch punch. So I've got some wide red tape here. I'm just trying to find the end, and I just need to put a piece on those 4 tabs, just like so. You could obviously put an extra piece. For speed, I'm just putting a single piece on the edge there, and I find it'll work. It's worked so far. And then you're going to fold that up to the square edge of that long tab. So do that on both sides, folding up to the square edge, putting that good pinch closed. And the last one. And then we're going to punch the holes in the top here. Now what I did was I just lined up the outside edge of the punch with my square, and I didn't go all the way in. I just went in a tiny little bit just to do a notch, and then I did it at the opposite end in the same way, like so. Then all that remains to do is to pop. I've got uninked spots here. As you can see, just holds 6 of our spots neatly. Tuck those flaps down on the inside and down the middle. Do the same the other side. Occasionally needs a little bit of a wiggle. And there you have your Stampin' Spot storage for 6 stamp spots, ready to go out and about on your adventures, and also stacks up so that they're nice and neat and tidy. I hope you've enjoyed watching those, and I hope you'll get to make them too. Don't forget to grab your Painted Love DSP before it retires. Thanks for watching. Bye.